Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Fame Unfolded. I am your host, Ethan, and today we are looking at something so wild, so unbelievable, it will make your socks roll up and down. We are peeking into the incredibly expensive, super secret life of North Korea's leader Kim Jong Un. Now, we all know him as the guy with the very strict haircut, but did you know he spends billions of dollars on shiny toys while his country is totally broke? It is true. Today, we are counting down the top 10 most expensive things he owns. Buckle up your seatbelts, grab your popcorn, and please do not tell him I made this video. Let us dive right in. 10. Luxury piano collection. $6 million. Now, when I think of a dictator, I do not exactly picture a guy sitting down to play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. But believe it or not, Kim Jong Un loves music. He loves it so much that he bought 36 top-of-the-line, super fancy grand pianos. 36. I do not even have 36 pairs of socks, and this guy has 36 giant pianos. Why does he need so many? Does he have a secret army of piano-playing cats? Is he trying to play them all at the exact same time by running back and forth? Nobody knows. But these are not cheap keyboards you buy at the toy store. These are master-crafted, glossy, beautiful pianos that cost a fortune. I bet if anyone plays a wrong note, he blames the piano and sends it to the naughty corner. Just imagine him plucking away at the keys while wearing his famous black suit. It is a very funny picture. 9. Armored private train, $20 million. Next up, we have a train. But not just any train. Oh no, this is a slow-moving, heavy, bulletproof fortress on wheels. Most kids love toy trains, but Kim Jong Un took it to a whole new level. He does not like flying very much, so he travels in this giant green train. And let me tell you, this train is fancier than most five-star hotels. It has plush pink sofas, conference rooms, and a kitchen serving the finest foods from around the world. It is so heavy from all the armor that it barely moves faster than a bicycle. Seriously, my grandma driving a golf cart could probably win a race against this train. But when you are the boss, I guess you are never in a hurry. Imagine having a train where you can just sit back, eat fancy cheese, and wave at the trees going by at 20 miles an hour. Choo-choo, here comes the big boss. 8. Fancy watch collection. $8 million. If you ever need to know the time, just ask Kim Jong Un, because he has an entire treasure chest of shiny watches. We are not talking about the plastic digital watches that light up in the dark. We are talking about gold, diamonds, and pure luxury. He has been seen wearing watches that cost over $100,000 just for one. Some people think his whole collection is worth over $8 million. Why does one man need so many watches? He only has 2 wrists? Maybe he wears them on his ankles too? Or maybe he just really hates being late for his own parades. It is hilarious to think that in a place where most people do not even have a clock on their wall, the leader is walking around with a whole jewelry store strapped to his arm. If he ever gets lost in the dark, the sparkle from his watches could probably guide ships to the shore. 7. Bulletproof Mercedes car, $2 million. Beep beep. Get out of the way, because item number 7 is rolling through. Kim Jong Un has a custom-made, fully armored Mercedes Maybach limousine. This car is built like a tank, but looks like $1 million. It has armor so thick it could probably survive a meteor strike. But the funniest part about this car is how it travels. Sometimes, Kim brings his own toilet inside the car. Yes, you heard me right. A portable potty for the boss, because he refuses to use public restrooms. I guess when you are the supreme leader, you need a supreme bathroom break. And when the car moves slowly during parades, he has a whole team of bodyguards in suits running alongside the car like a giant flock of penguins. Just imagine jogging next to a $2 million car while trying to look tough. It is the most expensive jogging club in the world. 6. Princess Luxury Yacht, $7 million. Splish Splash. The leader is taking a bath in the ocean. For number 6, we have a giant floating palace. It is a 100-foot-long luxury yacht made by a company called Princess Yachts. It costs a whopping $7 million. This boat is so fancy it has a hot tub, a massive lounge, and probably a slide that shoots you right into the water. Kim uses this boat to cruise around the coast and pretend he is a sea captain. I wonder if he makes his generals wear pirate hats when they come aboard? Ahoy, Captain Kim! It is pretty crazy that a guy who lives in a country with almost no electricity can just hop on a mega boat and throw a pool party on the ocean. If I had a $7 million boat, I would never leave. I would just float around eating sandwiches all day. And knowing him, that is exactly what he does. All right, my friends, we are halfway through this crazy list. If you are enjoying this wild ride and laughing at these ridiculous rich guy toys, please do me a huge favor. Hit that big red subscribe button down below. It is completely free, unlike everything in this video, and it helps our channel Fame Unfolded make more awesome videos for you and your family. And hey, give the video a thumbs up while you are at it. Your support means the world to me, Ethan. Now, let us get back to the countdown, because the top 5 are going to make your jaw drop straight to the floor. 5. Private movie theater. $1 million grab your 3D glasses, because at number 5, we have a private movie theater. Kim Jong Un is a massive fan of movies. His dad had a collection of over 30,000 movies, from Godzilla to old cartoons, and Kim inherited them all. But you cannot watch Godzilla on a tiny television, right? So he built a giant private theater just for himself and his friends. It is said to have 1,000 seats. 1,000 seats for one guy. Does he just sit in a different chair every 10 minutes? I can picture him sitting all alone in the middle of a giant dark room, eating a bucket of popcorn the size of a barrel, laughing at cartoons. And since they do not have internet streaming over there, he probably has a whole team of people whose only job is to put the DVD in the player. It is absolutely goofy. 4. Luxury private jet. $50 million. Look up in the sky. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Yes, it is a plane, and it costs $50 million. Even though Kim loves his slow green train, sometimes he needs to fly. So he bought a massive airplane and turned it into a flying luxury hotel. It has crystal ashtrays, huge leather beds, and fancy wooden desks. He calls it his personal jet, and he uses it to look out the window at his country from the clouds. I bet he pushes all the buttons in the cockpit and makes airplane noises with his mouth. The funny thing is, the plane is a very old model from the Cold War, so it is kind of like putting a shiny diamond on an old tractor. But hey, when you have $50 million to spend, you can put plush pink seats inside a flying metal tube and call it a day. 3. Giant party ship. $10 million. At number 3, we have a gigantic cruise ship worth $10 million. This is not just a boat, it is a floating amusement park. Satellite pictures show that this massive ship actually has a full-sized Olympic swimming pool right on the deck. Why swim in the ocean when you can swim in a pool that is floating on the ocean? That is next-level lazy. It also has giant water slides. Just imagine the leader of a country going down a water slide, splashing into the pool with a giant rubber ducky. It is too funny to think about. He brings his friends and his private musicians onto this ship to have giant parties. It is like a billionaire's summer camp on the water. I just hope he wears sunscreen or he will look like a very expensive lobster. 2. Private ski resort. $300 million burr. Put on your winter coats because we are heading to the snow. Coming in at number 2 is a private ski resort that cost a mind-boggling $300 million. Kim Jong Un went to school in Switzerland when he was a kid, and he really loved playing in the snow. So, when he became the boss, he decided he wanted his very own snow mountain. He forced builders to make a massive ski resort with luxury hotels, fancy restaurants, and shiny ski lifts. But here is the punchline. Almost nobody in his country knows how to ski, and they cannot afford to go there anyway. So he basically built a giant snowy playground just for himself. I can just see him tumbling down the bunny hill, wrapped in a puffy coat like a giant marshmallow, while his bodyguards ski behind him trying to catch him. It is the most expensive snow day in history. 1. Giant beach palace. $50 million. And finally, the number 1 most expensive and crazy thing on our list. We are talking about his main summer home, a giant beach palace in a place called Wonsan, worth at least $50 million. This is not just a house, it is a whole city of fun. It has a private train station, a massive stadium, a horse riding track, and a private hospital. It is like he took a theme park, put a giant wall around it, and said that it was all his. He even has beautiful private islands right next to it, where he can hide away from the world. If I had a house like that, I would be riding horses in the morning, playing basketball in the afternoon, and eating ice cream on the beach all night. It is the ultimate secret base, but instead of doing paperwork, he is just playing in the sand and building sandcastles. A $50 million sandbox. Well, folks, that was it for today. We have reached the end of this crazy billionaire list. Thank you all so much for watching Fame Unfolded. If you had fun today, please be sure to check out our other videos where we look at even more silly and expensive things owned by famous people. I am Ethan, and I will see you next time. Stay awesome and keep smiling, everybody. Bye-bye.